But I don't want my husband to just work and pay bills. I don't want him to not have a hobby. I don't want him to not have healthy mental health. I don't want him to not have savings. I don't want him to work and slave all day, every day to take care of my bills, our bills, and me just sit there and not contribute anything. This is coming from a young lady who has never been married. I don't have any kids. I have a dog. I'm fully educated, pay my own bills right now, and it is difficult. I have a great career, and it is difficult. So when I think of
And she keeps going down the path that she's going down, she will find a man eventually. She will find a man eventually. But the fact that she can at least understand and identify the issue, right? Because once again, we try to tell women we can't do it alone, right? But so many women get upset because a lot of men will say, right, or you have a lot of talking points within the red pill. Can women live without men? Really, they can't. Look at the infrastructure, look at all the buildings, the chair that you're sitting in, the phone that you're using, the refrigerator that you're using, the water that you use, the filter that you use to filter your water. I mean, practically about everything that you have and that you use to your day-to-day life is created by a man. You're going to need men. But they get upset when we say that. And it's like, once again, we need each other. We need each other at the end of the day. And she's seeing how hard it is, but she is still taking the right steps and saying, hey man, listen, I understand that I got this accomplishment, but it really doesn't mean much if I don't have a man behind me or opposed me in front of me, right? It really doesn't mean much if I don't have a man. It really doesn't mean much because, once again, a lot of you women find happiness out of having a family, out of having kids. That's just a fact. You're going to have a lot of women in their 20s, early 20s saying, oh, I don't want to get a kid. I don't care less for a kid. But end up slipping up having a kid anyway by some Pookie Ray Ray. But they don't want to have a kid. They don't want to do this. But by the time they hit their 30s, by the time they hit their 40s, even when they ran through, what do they say? I want to settle down. I want to go ahead and get married. I want this. I want that. Right? Because you're going to find your happiness out of a marriage, out of having a family. And the fact that you will have women putting a label on sisters like this. But yet there's so much for women, but they will put labels on sisters like this and they will say, well, this sister is a pick-me, right? What does that mean? What does that mean? A woman who identifies that, hey, I need a man, right? I need a man to be able to survive in this world. I need a man's protection. And then when a man just asks for something in return, it's met with issues. It's met with drama. It's met with combative behavior. And y'all see the two sisters on the left. You see Sparkle Sparkle. You see Sparkle Sparkle. She's the main one who do not want women to be pick-me's, right? But yeah, when you just look at her and you just look at how she, I mean, I don't see how any women are following behind this. I don't see how anybody follows behind the Sparkle Sparkle chick. Fake all up and down. I mean, she seems brain dead to some degree. Like she really doesn't make any sense. She's just talking from a place of feelings. She's just talking from a place of stupidity, if you ask me.
Of getting married and building with someone or coming together and bringing our assets together, I could never lay in my bed knowing that my husband has no life and no freedom and maybe no peace because all he does is work and pay bills so that I can enjoy, as if he doesn't deserve to enjoy. I truly want a partnership.
And this is just a woman who is self-aware. She is just self-aware. And this is a woman who knows how to reciprocate value. Even though she's not married, now she's not saying she doesn't have a boyfriend or whatnot, but even though she's not married, she is identifying that, hey, this man is struggling, this man is this man is that. Let me go ahead and rub this man's feet. Let me be this man's peace. A lot of you women don't want to do that. You could tell a woman 30,000 different ways on how to please a man, which really doesn't even take that much. I mean, a man can tell you 2 to 3 things that make him happy. And if you can do that, his life will be so much better off. But a lot of you women don't want to do that because they don't like to compromise. They don't want to sacrifice. And it seems like this sister is big on sacrificing. This sister is big on wanting to sacrifice for a man because she is aware and she noticed a man is working. She noticed a man has to provide. Because if a man is not providing, generally speaking, your women are not going to stay in that relationship for long. You have a video with Poor Man Podcast. He just did a video on Piers Morgan where I forgot one of the guys' name. He's generally on whatever podcast, but he was cooking that whole panel. You had Tommy Loren, you had some other beta male on there, and then you had some other dude, man. I guess he has like a family or whatnot. But the funny thing is, man, they will sit here, right? They will sit here and they will try to tell you this is what an idea of a man is. This is what a man should be doing, trying to turn a man into, it's pretty much saying that a man is an object. But when it's time to say, hey, well, what can a woman bring to the table? What can a woman do? Is now looked at as, oh, well, they're looked at as objects. Oh, where they're this, where they're that. They will look at women like this and say, well, they're just being used as an object. Men are just using them. How? Right? How? Especially when we're the ones that's putting our life on the line. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, look at the sparkle chick. And this is the type of lifestyle a lot of your women are trying to push on other women.
Some people don't know that they're a pygmisha until it's pointed out. Some people were raised to be a pygmisha. Some people were brainwashed to be a pygmisha. So it's not their fault. How to rebuke the pygmy lifting yourself. Each day do something that is less pygmy. Okay. So it takes time to convert from being a pygmy. So each day, when you catch yourself doing something like a pygmisha, just stop and replace it with a habit that someone else that knows their value would be doing instead. So replace whatever pygmisha, thing you were doing with something that pygmisha would never do. Something more uplifting to yourself. Okay. And just try to do one thing or one day at a time until you are no longer pygmisha. Because if you try to do it too quickly, it's going to feel like it's not you or you totally change so fast. So just choose one habit a day to change or one way of thinking a day to change until you who you want to be.
It's just mighty sick that when you have a sister or a woman in general saying, hey, well, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being a traditional woman. There's nothing wrong with being a submissive woman, which your sisterhood will call pygmies, and what women in general will call other women pygmies or whatever. When you have, it's just mighty sick that when you have a sister like that, or when you have a woman who is just identifying and just attending to the man, it is so much of an issue. I mean, then you have somebody in the comments that says most decent women feel this way. The internet has y'all confused. The internet does not have us confused. We're seeing it clear as day. And you're gonna have some women say, well, this is what you're seeing on the internet. This is what media wants to portray. If y'all go to the Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked, are these sisters portraying an image other than the image that they created, that they're encouraging? Once again, this is when you go to the Shade Room for your sisters, right? Especially what sums up the Shade Room is when that situation happened with the brick lady. When she claimed that somebody hit her with a brick, everybody in the comments was just yoking, man. I'm talking about just men this, black men that, blah, 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 blah. Come to find out the sister lied. A lot of your sisters have in the Shade Room comments have the same sentiment. They don't believe in being submissive to a man. They don't believe in taking heed to anybody's advice, because if somebody outside the race tell them, hey, well, y'all shouldn't be acting this way, you don't know us, they will always come up with an excuse to try to excuse their piss poor behavior. That's all that is. And it's just disingenuous behavior. At the end of the day, it's just disingenuous behavior on everybody's part who look at this woman and act like this woman doesn't know what she's talking about, because this is what most men want. So somebody says, lady, call her what you want, but I guarantee you we will not call her single. And then the author says she is definitely engaged. So once again, man, she's in a situation. So this is just a woman who identifies her man's issues, because at the end of the day, the man got to work, right? The man got to work and the man got to provide. But she is reciprocating value, something that a lot of your women struggle with doing. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.